up, like I just want to be really honest. Um, I'm a creative. I feel like some of you who probably know me, I don't know if people from my school are watching this. I don't even fucking care anymore. But I've came to the point where I stopped caring about what people think of me. Cause in order to be a musician, in order to be anything that I want in life, in order to pursue a creative career consistently, I have to stop caring about what other people think. And I feel like somehow subconsciously I thought that that's what every artist, whether you paint, sculpt, or draw or whatever, you subconsciously had that type of mindset. But for musicians, I never actually thought that they had that, because they literally work off feedback. Like an artist's work gets more respect when they're dead, and that's the truth. And it's the same with music. It depends on how underground you were. If you just disappear and people really didn't know who you were, then you were not really gonna be as relevant. But I realized that to care about what people think about your piece without asking yourself first is one of the biggest flaws. And even although this mindset, I wouldn't say it was like incorporated in my music or in my creativeness as a whole, it was incorporated in my life as a whole. I was an intellectual person. I still am. I don't want to say I was a has been, but I feel like if someone stupid enough to legit critique my intelligence through grades, then they would call me a has been. But for me, I feel like I still have it in me. It's just that I don't want to do it anymore. As I was growing up, I wouldn't say that I was defaultly an intellectual, but I was a hard worker. I was really curious about the world around me. I didn't have the intelligence that I was born with. Like, even if subconsciously doing shit, I'm just gonna get shit right, or I'm gonna do it well because I was able to grasp on it for that time. But for me, I was considered smart because I worked my way up there. I worked so many hours. I would struggle with something and work my way up there to get good grades. And that was my life majority of my time until the ninth grade or grade nine, because I want to cater to everyone. I don't know what's your perimeter, but like until grade nine, where after grade nine, it was grade 10, where I realized that most of my achievements from last year, they didn't really reach up to a certain criteria to give me a bunch of awards just like the other kids. And I don't want to go deep into that, but just say let's just say I didn't reach the criteria. And yeah, I feel like my grades didn't reach the criteria to be considered the top 5, or get these certain types of awards or whatever, or be or major in this type of subjects to the point where you get an award for it. It's like you were one of the best in mathematics type shit. And I remember how depressed I was. Grade 10 was one of the most depressive states, like depressive years of my life. Like that was the depressive period of my life. Like it's where I realized the most of things, and it's where I found my life for music. And I feel like I hate that moment. I hate that memory. I hate that period that happened in my life. But at the same time, I'm so grateful because it made me realize a lot of shit. It was the time where I realized that I don't give a fuck about being a smart kid. I don't want to be in this level of being known as smart or being known as the academic achiever. I don't want all of those things. I don't want those labels, because I realized that they're not me. There are characteristics that are given to me because of the way that I behaved subconsciously. And I still behave that way. If like I could say anything, I could say a fun fact, I could say something that I know, maybe something that I geeked about or something. And this happens a lot whenever I'm geeking with one of my friends. They're male. I cannot really geek with females because I've never really found a female that I can geek with about science and stuff, or anything that is fun, like something to geek about, like something that you have so much knowledge in, that people need to legit learn that type of shit that you just learned yourself. um but I geek about science stuff, which is considered smart for so many people. It's not really a smart thing. Other people could be smart in other things and they could be considered smart too. So you just know a lot in that specific field. So when people hear me talk about science and stuff with my friends, or basically when I just mention it thinking that they're gonna understand what I'm saying, they say, "Oh, we sometimes forget that you're really intelligent." And I'm like, "Yeah, but when you look at my grades, you say otherwise." So I still believe that I'm an intellectual. I can grasp things. It's just that I've led to the point where I'm burnout. And maybe others might think that, oh, that's just an excuse. You just cannot do it anymore. It's like, Yeah, I don't care, bro. I still love philosophy. I still love life science, or what other people call biology. I don't like physics as much because there are too many numbers. I'm not really a fan of numbers. I'm even bad at math. Like, I try to reach a 60%, sometimes if I'm lucky a 70%, but I've never reached an 80%. Like, let me be dead ass right now. I've never reached an 80% ever since the grade 8. Ever since grade 8 till now, I've never reached an A in mathematics. My highest was a B. And it was a weak B, like it was a B, like 72, 71%. That was my highest. What's crazy is that I'm doing the subjects. I'm doing physics, I'm doing mathematics, and I'm doing accounting. But I'm saying I'm bad with numbers. Ironic. Yeah, that was when I was deciding what types of subjects that I was doing in grade 9, when I still believed in myself that I still got it. No, I don't got it. Maybe I overused this shit. Damn. I might be an idiosyncratic. Fuck that. Oh, if you don't know what that means, you can go search it up. But like, I feel like I'm using this shit a lot. Like, even when I'm talking to conversations, when I'm trying to make a point, no pun intended. When I'm trying to make a point, I just use these things, and I'm like, did I abuse them to the point where they lost their meaning? You know what? Fuck that. But anyways, I realized that those characters, no, not characters, that type of character that people hold um against me to try to make me think that I'm this type of person. I should act this way. I should dress this way. I say fuck it to right now. I'm in grade 11. Imagine it took me 11 years to realize who I am, to realize what I like, and to be weird about it if I have to. I don't fucking care if people call me weird for liking certain stuff. I don't fucking care if people um say that I'm different, or I'm too smart, or whatever, or I don't cannot live up to certain expectations. I don't fucking care. I feel like my parents don't even like the fact that I dropped. I mean, it's like a normal reaction from them, but at the same time I'm like, if only you guys cared more about my mental health than my grades, because you think that my grades define me. And I know others might say maybe your parents don't think that they define you. They're just worried about your future. Yeah, I don't mind going to be a deckhand. Like, legit, I thought about the fact that since I'm burnt out, like I don't wanna do this shit. Like, I really don't wanna get all A's at some point or whatever, just to work to that image and try to be in the top 10 again, or in the top 5 or whatever. I will become a deckhand after high school. Like, I legit don't mind taking a gap year after matric and becoming a deckhand, or finding a stable job just to maintain myself and be able to buy equipment for my music. And I know a lot of people be like, deckhand. And they're like, Trust me, it's a decent job. Like, it's a really decent job. You don't pay rent. Even best, that's the best part. I have to live in places where there are a lot of ports, where ships really come in, which means I either have to be here at home because I'm by the port, like Richards Bay, it's a port type of place, or I have to be in Durban, or I have to be in Cape Town, or in Port Elizabeth. And I think there's another place that I forgot about. But there's so many ports. I think like we have like 7 or 8. I think. I don't know a lot of maritime. I don't do maritime. So yeah. I saw that shit in the maritime class when we were passing by, and they said different types of ports in South Africa, and other ones I already knew about, and I was surprised to find that Port Elizabeth. Port Elizabeth. I just realized that right now because okay, that makes sense. Port Elizabeth. But um I could become a deckhand. Like, I could legit move to one of those places. But then I was like, I'm not gonna move to Port Elizabeth. Come on, man. I could either be in Durban, near home, but I don't want to come back home. I'm gonna make a video about why I want to leave home forever. I'm gonna make a video about that, like legit, why I want to escape this hellhole. Um, but like being a deckhand is basically my dream right now. Like, it's something that I want to do. Basically, you're more of an assistant person. Yeah, you take care of everything around the boat. You're the one that runs the boat. You should know everything about the boat. So I was like, okay, I can do that. It's simple. Like, I can fucking do that. And you probably think it's like cleaning. What the fuck is this, Sia? Don't mind that. That's my uniform. I'm procrastinating making this video. Okay, don't mind that. It's a uniform that I came back with from school, not something that has iron chill. Um, yeah, I thought about becoming a deckhand and just saying fuck it to my studies. I'm not gonna fail. I'm just gonna, you know, be average for once in my life. Oh, for once in my life. Oh my gosh, I pray for that. Um, like that's how much I don't care anymore. Like I just realized that I don't care.